Hey buddy, it's Victor. It's time to run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. Hope you all had a great start to your weekends. As I stated on yesterday's video, I'm going to be knocking out the next 4 or 5 episodes here just consecutively. So there's going to be a little bit of a delay on the like streak counter just because obviously I haven't seen those episodes yet. So yeah, we're just going to find out where we go when I catch up to it. So thank you again, everyone. You got a great start to your weekend. Here's your amazing artwork of the day, sent in here by Visual Syrup 8164. Top thread was a final art project, and then in the thread they also said, I hope you all enjoy my final art project for my college class. It took me 3 days to complete and I was really happy with it. PS, I love you, Sinvicta. You're awesome. Hey, thank you very much, Visual Syrup. I think that your art is awesome, truly spectacular. I love like the ink blotting stuff, and it's just, I don't know, something about like the granular shading that you can do with gray tones and you know, obviously everyone knows I'm a huge fan of charcoal, and the sketching type art style is one of my favorites. So great job on that. It looks fantastic. Let's hop on in and see what kind of run we got going on today to Dizzle. Seed day is going to be Yankee Delta Papa 4 Hotel Delta Mike Hotel. We've got we've got terrible movement speed again. This time good tears rate though to start with, and kind of okay damage, I guess, with 3.28. Obviously we're going to be using how to jump like you just saw me do right there to avoid a lot of the early damage that we definitely could have taken and should have taken from that Mullaboom. Look, game, we are only like an hour removed since I recorded yesterday's episode. Okay, I am not like fully torqued up here at this point. I've already come down. I've eaten a little bit of a snack here, and I was like, all right, let's knock out another one here just to get ahead of the queue. But you know, it's give and get whenever I pre-record some of these videos. By the way, when I say pre-record, I mean like I record them a couple days in a row instead of like a day beforehand. Just because I want to make sure that I want to make sure that the commentary stays fairly current. But if I do have to do like, you know, 3 or 4 pre-recorded episodes in a row, something like that, then I'll let everybody know. Yeah, we definitely want the lighter. We do not want cracked dye. Just because, like, it's like I said before on yesterday's episode, if I end up doing a long subathon, which again I'm not anticipating, I have no expectations for the subathon. I don't know if it's going to run long. I don't know if it's going to just end after a couple hours. I just don't know. Hopefully not. But in case of that happens, I do want to get a nice little backlog of videos pre-recorded, so that way if it does go long, I don't have to worry about YouTube content for a little while anyway. And then if for some reason the subathon ends up dying very, very quickly, then it's okay, because then I just get to have like a couple days off of not recording, so the episodes can catch up and then the commentary stays a little bit fresher. But it would be nice to have like a day off or two. If that happens. I'm not hoping that happens, by the way. Don't take that as an endorsement for not coming by the subathon and checking it out. I'm not saying like you have to take part of it or anything, but you know, it'd be cool. So and I'll most likely do an unofficial birthday stream on YouTube as well, if it does end fairly early. Just because I know that a lot of people don't go to Twitch, and a lot of people prefer to see their viewing here on YouTube. So that would be fun. Say hello to the YouTube mosh pit. Now, people have asked me how come I don't do the multi-stream, because it is allowed by Twitch now. Even in my grandfathered contract, they do state that I'm allowed to multi-stream now. Previously, that was not true. I still had a very, very old grandfathered contract back all the way from 2014 that was never restructured. So yeah, I was stuck in the past for a very long time, and then I finally got it re-signed and everything, and they updated the terms for long-time Twitch partners. But anyway, back to the point. The reason why I don't use the Restream service or anything like that is because I don't feel like I'm going to be able to interact on like a more personal level with people. I think especially if it's combined with YouTube chat. Not that the YouTube mosh pit is terrible or anything. It's just it makes it very difficult splitting. Like I already have to kind of divide my attention between one of 2 chats. With essentially with YouTube chat is basically just 2 chats in one, with how many people show up, which is not a complaint, by the way. But then on top of that, I have to add, you know, trying to interact with the Twitch mosh pit, and then it's like, oh well, why not stream on TikTok? Oh, why not stream on Twitter? Or, you know, that sort of thing. Then then it becomes like really laborious, and I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them, because I pride myself on reading everything in chat. So that is the reason why I think it's a little bit more personal and a little bit more enjoyable for the people that do stop by Twitch or YouTube. That way I can give you all the interaction that you guys and gals deserve, because the mosh pit's great and everybody pretty much knows that, but I want to make sure that you know that by interacting with you in chat. Now, how did I know that the secret room was here as opposed to the other possible spaces? Well, for one, this room here, this is our starting room, it does happen from time to time, but very rarely will we see a secret room that's attached to the starting room here. This room here also, it's fairly obvious that it could be there. There could be a secret room there. A super secret room could be there, but we'll never know. But what gave this room away here, because obviously you had this room here, but there it is. There's that Sinvicta arrow. You see it. You see it. You make fun of me for it, but I'm telling you, they do. There's some weight to that argument that I've been telling people for many years now. As far as the super secret room, I think it's going to be probably with that spot that I pointed out, but again, we'll never know because we don't have any bombs. I mean, I have a tower card, but I ain't going to use it. Now, going to last week's question of the episode from the Ing My Skin episode, which was obviously a take on on the Crawl episode from last Friday, and obviously the Linkin Park reference. I knew that people would be getting that one. Also, one of the coolest and the most impressive artworks that Alex has done in a while. I basically told him that, like, I wanted to make a Linkin Park reference, but like I didn't want it to be like just like Eden as Chester, because I don't think it's done in poor taste, but I just was like, I think we can do better than that. So I wanted him to continue the H.R. Geiger approach to the thumbnails, but this time have it be screaming, because like I wanted it to look like it was screaming, just because like that's what I wanted to do inside on that god awful run, but also like give a little bit of a nod to Chester as well, just because, you know, his vocals are what he was very well known for. Chester Bennington is the lead singer, the frontman of Linkin Park, who unfortunately passed away way too young. And you know, Chester has one of the most unique voices that rock and roll has ever had. I can't call them metal. I can't call them like techno rock either, because that sounds weird. So it's just Linkin Park. Like, I think nu metal was what they were once considered back in the 2000s. But even nu metal is just, it's, I don't know. You start like trying to break down the classifications of like different genres, and I've ranted about it before. I think it's ridiculous. But anyway, last week's question of the episode came in from that random guy for life, who said, question for Sin: if you were in a room with Play-Doh cookie, I'm just reading this, they spelled it a little bit differently than I would have. Play-Doh cookie, $3 bill, or fruitcake, which one would you take and which one would you avoid? So I'm treating this like a kind of like you can only take one type of approach here, and then getting rid of the other two. Out of Play-Doh cookie, $3 bill, or fruitcake, I most likely would go for Play-Doh cookie. The reason being is because it has the lowest chance to actually do damage to you. It still does the fire mine effect for sure, but when compared to the other two, it is tame by comparison in terms of like the randomness and stuff. So Play-Doh cookie begrudgingly if I had to take one. I really want to save this tower card for the boss, but at the same time I really need another soul heart here. So I'm gonna take a risk and go for the tinted rock. Somehow, unbelievably, we didn't get hit there. That was another risk there, because it's such a skinny little hallway from that little like strip of clear land versus all those rocks. I was pretty sure I was gonna hit myself, but I'm glad I didn't, because now we have a chance of getting a Devil Dew item and still not dying. We need a Tears Up here. We desperately need a movement speed upgrade. Let's hope that old Dookie can help us out here. He didn't. Gave us absolutely nothing. So, and yep. All right, so we did pick up Pay to Play, which is going to allow us to at least get into chests and other things maps by paying pennies instead of paying, you know, money, or paying keys. I think it's honestly better that we use the temperance machine here for judgment, so we can get another HP upgrade instead of using it on demon judgment. If we're able to get one, which probably won't, but who knows. Now, another kind of a long shot play here that we could do is we could go into the boss trap room. That's a huge nickel that we just got right there. Now, I will say I'm not overly confident or comfortable with being down at this low HP with this movement speed, but as you just saw, we just got Blood Bag, which is an absolutely huge help for us. Now, if I wanted to really min-max there, what I should have done and could have done was I could have actually tapped the Demon Judgment, so we would have gotten a little bit of extra length out of the out of that half heart. I am going down to one soul heart here so we can go into the boss trap room now that we have this Fool card. And I'm hoping that this Judgment actually gives us something useful. And let's see if there's an HP upgrade here. There's not, but it's range and shot speed. And on top of that, at least we get we get ourselves a soul heart. So not a total disaster here. We did get a much needed movement speed upgrade, which is huge for us. Not gonna be able to get into any of the curse rooms, which kind of sucks. And we got a free mini chest, kind of free mini chest, but you know, maybe mini chest can hook us up. Who knows? There's a golden pill though. I'm gonna hold on to the golden pill, but I'm not gonna take it. Hopefully we get PhD or Virgo. First, the Lost. Now, I have made a decision after reading the feedback from the Mosh Pit and also talking with Alex. I think the easiest and fastest way to get prints over to you guys and gals is to essentially do that plan, which is going to be me selecting the prints that I see people like respond to the most, and you know, some of my personal favorites, because I want these as prints as well, so I can actually hang them up in the house and stuff. So what I'm going to do is every month I'm going to pick 3 of the most talked about thumbnails combined with, like, you know, other metrics, like, you know, the one I really like the most, the one Alex really likes the most, and the one that he wants to share with everybody. I am going to try to make a loose theme around, like, the packs, the monthly packs. I talked about it with Alex about shipping the prints directly to him, so I don't have to ship them to Mexico and then he has to ship it back. I can simply just get them printed and have the manufacturer ship it directly to him. So that saves a little bit of time and money, just to get them directly shipped to Alex, and he's going to sign them and then send them back to me. Now, on that discussion, somebody mentioned why not just have them signed digitally, and this is something that Alex also brought up as well. And even though it would make our lives a lot easier for me and him just to print sign every print before they're before they go off to manufacturing, I don't think that it's as special. Does that make sense? I think that people, especially if we are charging money for these, which of course we are going to, I don't think it's as special. Like, if my favorite YouTuber was making prints, right, and just signing them and whatnot, I would want to know that they held this in their hand. That they signed it just for me, even if it's not personalized, because we're not going to be able to personalize them. As much as I would love to do that, the logistics of it is just too much of a nightmare for us to sign one at a time as they're ordered. So we're gonna pre-sign. It's gonna be limited edition for every single print, and once they're sold out, that's it. So what I'm thinking is doing 100 of each print, because I honestly don't know how popular these are going to be. As far as the price is going is going to run, we sort of talked about it, but nothing is set in stone. So I'm not ready to divulge the price that we're talking about per print. But I will say that if you buy all 3, there will be a separate like a discount if you buy all 3, and of course all of them will be hand signed by myself and Alex. That's the plan anyway. So there is a slight chance that we end up going with the digital signature for him, but no matter what happens, I will be hand signing everything. With Alex, it would be cool to have everything signed by him, because obviously I want to get his signature too, because I've never actually gotten a signature. But if for some reason the logistics just don't work out, then they just don't work out. I'm not going to force him to do it, especially like if he's too busy and that sort of thing. But I do think it would be special, because we are a team, you know, like it's for the art. Like he does all the art stuff. I come up with a lot of the ideas, and you know, and everyone sees his art because of the videos. So it is a very good team effort. We are going to be splitting everything just 50-50. That was the most fair thing that we discussed, and I brought that to him, and he said that's totally fine. So no matter what the end game price is going to be, we're going to be splitting it 50-50. You know, outside of that stuff, I don't know. I don't know how else it's going to shape out, but again, we'll find out. It's all part of the experiment, you know. And hopefully they're super popular. But I am going to only do 100 per print, so in total, there's going to be 300 prints total every single month that people can buy. And what I'm thinking about doing as well is I'm thinking about serializing them. So, like, you know, you get to see, like, who got number 1, who got number 2, that sort of thing. I think that would be very cool. Just to give it, like, a little bit more personality, you know. Like, I'll hand number them all. Unless I can get them manufactured. I think manufactured in a certain way, that'd be really cool as well. They could, like, serialize it for me. So just kind of thinking out of the box, just to make them, like, you know, a little bit more unique, a little bit special, because if it were up to me, I would love to personalize it to say, like, to Judy or to Roland or to, you know, whoever. I would love to do that, but I just don't think it's not a reasonable thing to expect to be able to do in a timely fashion, especially with Alex being in Mexico. It's a logistical nightmare. So any little, like, additions to customization or personalization that I can come up with that won't involve us, like, signing it to so and so is gonna be for the best, I think. Wow, Soul Hearts here. We're looking real good, despite us having, like, kind of doo-doo stats at this point. Definitely getting to doo-doo territory. Not me to jump there. I did take Rocket in a jar, even though I'm not a huge fan of the item sometimes, just because of my tendency to fire the rocket accidentally when I'm just simply trying to place a bomb. Of course, that's my own fault. It's not the item's fault. But I feel like we're probably going to need the extra damage, because I don't know if you can tell by now, but we're only on Catacombs 1. It's 15 minutes. 18 minutes in the video, so we are definitely crawling here, to say the least. I'm not sure if we're on a full-blown crawl yet, but it's got some crawl-like tendencies. I give it that. Certainly has the very familiar symptoms of a crawl episode here. Love that we've moved away from Struggle Bus, and now it's just going to be crawl. So hopefully this is not the sequel trilogy, or even the prequel trilogy to Crawl. I mean, we got a trilogy out of it. I was happy with that, but I did not want to repeat here. Got another Soul Heart randomly from Rag Mega. And we still do not have damage. Right. And another Curse of the Lost. Okay, so we've only gotten 2 stat ups in this entire run. One of them was a shot speed and range upgrade from Safety Pin, and the other one was a much needed movement speed upgrade. But that's it. No tears ups, no damage ups, no nothing ups. So we haven't even gotten any HP ups outside of the blood bag, which I'm going to be counting more as a speed up than anything. I know it's a dual stat up, but still. Activated by Ultra Instinct gene here. We'll happily take High Priestess because I don't think we're ever going to see anything come out of that golden pill at this point. Now we're on 0 money right now, which means that we can't get into any item room or shop or chest. Now, thankfully, we have the left hand, which should help us curtail the key usage, or in this case, the coin usage a little bit. But man, we are hurting right now. Yeah, I have a feeling that because we've seen the shop here, I am probably making my way. Nervous about this. Oh, I shouldn't be nervous. We're probably on our way to the boss, and I was right. So let's go into the item room now. Okay, the more bombas, the better. Prayer card. I mean, prayer cards is like, we've been seeing prayer card a lot, but honestly, how to jump has been working well for us. We've dodged a lot of damage and mitigated a lot of that risk. Plus, we don't have flying right now, so like it makes sense to hold on to it. Like we wouldn't have gotten those other 2 soul hearts that we just got without how to jump. So, and I like how to jump. I think it's a good active item. It's extremely good if you get the broken remote, which is what I'm secretly kind of holding out hope for. There's a tinted rock here, which I'm not going to. If it's small rock, I'm not taking it. More soul hearts here, so again, we have a good opportunity to get a solid devil deal here, hopefully. But with it being only 36%, I doubt it. I didn't want to lose Fire Soul Heart there, game. All right. Look at it. 22 minutes and 18 seconds. 19 and a half minutes in game, and we are. You're not supposed to be able to jump on enemies, but did anyway. Yeah, I was gonna say that one's 1 tap. This one's 3 tapped. This one's 4 tapped. 6 tapped. Must be thinking of the other one. This one. 5 tapped. Okay, how to jump. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You're about to find yourself how to jump on out of this run. That's the second time you put us directly on top of an enemy, and I don't appreciate it. Especially after I just got done saying how much of a good job you're doing. So, is that grounds for termination? One more time, and we're going to be finding ourselves with the prayer card very quickly here. All right, this is how it works around here. Look, results matter, okay? If you're going to keep throwing me on top of enemies, then I don't need you. I can very easily just make HP instead of losing HP. Excuse me? Oh, there's creep there. Okay. Not sure where the creep came from, but I guess it came from Mega Fatty. I didn't know the yellow champion Mega Fatty made creep. I guess he does when he lands. Saw it coming. Okay, it's not even a joke at this point. We need to get stats here. That isn't range or shot speed. Get range and movement speed. Oh boy. And Curse of the Blind. Do we re-roll this run? Where's the biggest, fattest yes of all time? It's right here. Yeah, there is no scenario where we don't re-roll this run at this point. It really almost cannot get any worse. Yeah, you're done. How to jump? You're done. You're done. Yeah, look, in this business, you got to produce positive results here. How to jump? Okay. You're on shaky ground. I gave you one final attempt there to redeem yourself after Champion Mega Fatty, but you're done. If we can re-roll out of this, I will happily do so. Okay. And it is a 4-room, which means that it will re-roll item pedestals. Right. We will not be re-rolling out of this run yet. But it doesn't even matter if there's a 4-room there because it's Curse of the Blind. So unless if we re-roll into a spacebar item, we won't know what we're re-rolling out of or into. So here's to hoping that we get a good spacebar item like the D100, the D4, the Infinity. You notice a common theme here. But our movement speed and range are sorted. Movement speed by far was our worst stat at the start of this run, so I'm glad that we don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, when we're 3-shotting dips on Acropolis 1, you know you're in for a bad time. Okay. Thank you for making another mob that we have to beat now game. All right, here we go. Third time's a charm. He's done it. And again, this is one of those runs where it's like, hey, you got to win every room one at a time, but that doesn't mean that we want to do full clears now. I think that the map right now looks like a swimming Totodile Pokemon. Maybe for alligator if you squint really hard enough, but it's like it's not the maybe like he's in the water or something because you can't see his whole body. There's no lower torso there yet. Now it's definitely a for alligator in the water. All right. Also, we have Spelunker's Helm, so there's no excuse for me to be going in the wrong way. I'm just kind of like taken back by just how bad our stats are currently. That I'm not even paying attention to the items that we've got. Lines, brown nugget, it's whatever. I'm not going to use, I mean, hey, it's damage, right? I'm not going to use the 4-room yet, just because there's no reason to. Like, we don't even know what we're getting out of the boss yet. Even though the boss technically could not, the boss isn't going to give us an active item, right? So, we could accidentally buy an active item from the shop, though. Now we do have the 9-volt, which is going to be nice for Brown Nugget, I will admit. You don't know where the shop is, so here's the boss. So we know that the shop's over there, but I refuse to pay for a blind item. I really do. The Brown Nugget recharging with 9-volt is going to reactivate very, very quickly in rooms. So at the very least, we're going to be able to get something out of that, some type of value out of that. So we say kind of thanks to How to Jump in a way. I know. Inevitably, someone's going to be like, actually, you control the direction you jump in. Yeah, that's only true to a certain degree, though. Like, I wouldn't control us to land directly on an enemy, and I wouldn't control us to be close to a boss or something like that. Or, you know, sometimes if you try, even if you input a direction with How to Jump, sometimes you just don't jump anywhere. So no thanks. I'm going to take something that actually helps our DPS for now. And we're going to have to be pretty aggressive here with our cube of meat usage as well. So it's going to be Loki. A Brown Nugget was a standout superstar in greed mode that we saw a couple months ago, where we just had the ability. Actually, no, was it Brown Nugget, or was that a TM Trainer? It may have been a TM Trainer episode where we had like unlimited uses without cooldown of Brown Nugget and just absolutely wrecked greed. See here, this helps out our DPS. Even a little bit of extra shots coming from anywhere is very, very helpful. It's already doing better than How to Jump was with Booster Pack. You're a fine card, okay. And, I mean, I do want bombs. And a Krampus fight, all right. Wondering how come I'm taking out the non-demon fires here? It's just because I want to have maximum amounts of directions to be able to dodge from. Even cutting off these corners here with a regular fire, even though they're not going to shoot at us, is still kind of annoying. But Cole, at this point, I don't really have high expectations from left hand, so we're only going to get one more item room, and as long as we don't get a Curse the Blind, then we should be okay. But the left hand did well, but we need big results, and we need them now. Okay, so we're using Spelunker's Helm to kind of infer where we need to be going. I can't believe we dodged that. That should have been rung up there. That was a hesitation into a non-angular dodge that we just ran parallel to that shot, the one that came up right over here. I can't believe that we got away without getting hit there. So we have to go for the gusto here with pay to play. Pay to win, I should say. Because we need big time plays. I'm not going to use a bomb to get into the item room here. We have plenty of keys and we don't have enough bombs. Soul hearts. I'm going to leave those there because there's no reason for us to waste half of a soul heart currently. You see the shop is to the south, so that's good to know. So this constitutes a we don't care what item is. And also, it doesn't matter how many keys we have because we have pay to play anyway. So body, no. We need stats. We need damage, we need tears. That's what we need, game. Anything less than that, I'm not taking. That's tears, I'm taking it. Sad Onion gives us almost a 33% increase in our tears rate. That's absolutely massive. And a greed fight once again. All right. Use one of the bombs here to increase our chance of getting You may have noticed that we still have we have a chance for an angel deal. That's because we have not taken a devil deal item yet. So yeah, we could do something about that game. You would make my birthday month complete, even though it's just starting. Because remember, we sacrificed a lot to get pay to win here. Because I could have stuck with the left hand and go for red chests, but again, without, like, we needed a tears up. I mean, we did what we had to do. It did result in the most significant damage up that we've gotten so far, anyway. DPS up, anyway, that we've gotten so far. The lump of coal also is a pretty big get for us here, but again, it's not going to scale very well with 3.28 damage. When your tears rate is higher than your damage rate by Depths 2, you might have yourself a crawl run. Thank you, Jeff. Round of applause for Jeff Foxworthy, everybody. What's he doing these days? See, now we're getting to, like, we're actually approaching, like, Scyther levels here on the map. Animapsmon. Tell me that doesn't look like a flying Scyther. Like, we're about to be, like, on, like, the scythes here. If you didn't know, Scyther is my favorite non-legendary Pokemon. Favorite Pokemon overall is still going to be Rayquaza. No, I will not get drawn into another debate on how to pronounce it. It's Rayquaza, end of story. I don't care if they say Rayquaza in the movie, in the series. I don't care. All right? It's Rayquaza. You can debate it all you want, but I will never say Rayquaza. That just doesn't make any sense. Rayquaza is my go-to favorite Pokemon. Where are these Eternal Hearts coming from? At this point. That's definitely a Scyther. Got our first Scythermon. Apsmon. Animon? Apamon? I don't know. We need to... If we're going to start turning these into Pokemon, we got to put a Mon on there somewhere. Pokemaps. Okay. We need to get a W here, game. We have Number Magnet. I've done all that I can to increase the odds outside of bombing that Charge Beggar, which is something I should have done. In fact, I'm going to go do that. Let's go do that. I'm paying the penalty for not doing this earlier. There. Okay, so we are on a 47.6% chance. No, sorry, 57. No, 47. I was right. 47.6% chance to get a devil deal here, or angel deal. I mean, I'll take anything that's going to increase our damage. And we're getting that weird slowdown. I still don't know what's going on with that, man. Okay, Brown Nugget, this is all you. You take care of Mom, I'll take care of the rest. The team effort here. I'm gonna try to put one Brown Nugget at every door. We have full door coverage now. Sounds like a great insurance plan for your car. Yeah, Brown Nugget, man. I'm telling you, it ain't bad. And we didn't get a double deal. Ooh boy. All right. A mega hollow right there. You can put Brown Nugget anywhere in this room and still hit him. We know that there's a mini boss over north of the secret room here. Brown nugget is the source, the primary source of your damage. We know this is a dead end thanks to Spelunker Helm. We know that that's a dead end as well. So against Spelunker Helm helping us out, we know that to the right is also a dead end because it does not extend past the 1 room limit. So there's only one direction we could have gone here. There's a dice room, which I am, again, secretly but openly hopeful that it's a reroll at this point. Only a 1 room or a 6 room can save us at this point here. The weight of our shot moved that Diglett, or moved that host close enough to where it was going to hit us. There's a 0% chance that I redo a floor. Yeah, we actually have the range to do this here, so just sit back and relax and watch me pluck away at these guts mobs. Trying to let Lump of Coal do a lot of the heavy lifting here. All right, here we go. Well, we can open up this mega chest, something that we normally wouldn't be able to do. So there's one time where I'm happy to say that we have pay to play. Fast bombs. Now, fast bombs is interesting because what fast bombs can do, fast bombs can basically allow us to spam our bombs with rocket in a drop. Think about using the D12 here, but we need to get a double deal here. You couldn't tell. We need lots of things still on this run. And we get an HP upgrade and an angel deal. Gave us the mind. Yeah. Game's really feeling itself here. We get a reroll here. Algis is probably better than a reroll at this point, to be honest, because if our items weren't any indicator by now of how this run's gonna be going, yeah, I'm not banking on ever getting another rerollable pedestal again. So we'll chalk up this as one of the worst showings from angel deals and devil deals combined. I don't think that's much of a stretch to say. Like, look, if you look at our items, we haven't gotten any devil deal items outside of Lump of Coal. Angelic items, we just now got the mind, and that's it. So not a great showing for devil deal. I mean, devil deals and angel deals were both particularly just not on their game here. In fact, I would even say that angel deals outperformed devil deals on this run. So if we had a report card for this run, I would say F-, and you need to see me after class because we gotta talk about a few things here, Isaac. Now, are we gonna make it through this run? Yeah, I don't have any doubts that we're going to like lose on this run. Although it's certainly possible. But man, oh man, I wish that we had a running tally of how many runs that I've had just in the year 2024 alone, where it's been an absolute zero amount of damage upgrades. I mean, zero. I'm not doing this room. Trying to get just any little cheeky damage here with Cube of Meat. And I apologize for the commentary being a little spastic here, but I need to. This is again, this is one of those runs where, like, you know, the people who love struggle bus runs are enjoying it. Gotta start pulling out some stops here. You want to get into this super secret room, so fortunately that means we're gonna have to fight Widow here. It's like every enemy that we get that spawns other enemies is just going to be adding on to the difficulty, and also, you just saw right there, also the probability that we're going to take damage in the room. I also need to be utilizing Brown Nugget more instead of acting like we only have one charge of it and that's it. We play this for an HP upgrade, and we just have to try to out-tank the game here. I guess I need to walk that back. I don't know if we're actually going to win this run or not. There's definitely a very real possibility you just saw in that room right there. If we run into a really horrific room that just spawns a bunch of ads that also spawn other ads, we could be in a lot of trouble. Especially with no bombs. Having no bombs is definitely a big time deal, because we need it. We've used. I mean, we have no bombs. Like, it's that was the main offense that we used against Skolex, and then we were paid with the mind, which is nice to have the mind, but it's very easily countered by Curse of Lost. Again, we don't care about the Devil Deal here at this point, or Angel Deal. We are simply just trying to survive here. You might be asking yourself, when am I going to pop the Algiz rune? When it's absolutely necessary. This is not a, we use the Algiz rune for DPS. We need it for safety at this point. Doing more damage here, Brown Nugget. Yeah, we can't even play. No, we don't have any hearts or anything. We don't even have a bomb to bomb the Temperance Machine here, so. Oh boy. Still crawling. Definitely jinxed myself saying that I think that we're going to be safe on this run. It's just going to take a while. How did I go over here, by the way? Did I think I had a bomb? Something? There's no reason for us to go in this room. We deserve every bit of damage that we just took in this room, out of sheer stupidity. Pay attention, dude. This is not a we go on autopilot type situation here. This is I think there's a real possibility that we may actually die now. I mean, we're not gonna see any more challenge rooms anyway, so it doesn't matter. I really wish the game would just give us a bomb. We've never needed a bomb in any situation more than we do right now. We can save by this fire because it's already shot once. These fires over here I'm a little bit nervous about, but gotta also dodge. Nothing. Just activating Brown Nugget here as much as possible. There's key in Yera. I mean, we use the Yera rune on hearts. We don't save this for the chest because we have to have the Algiz rune for the chest. Unless we find an Emperor card. And even then, I mean, it's like we're in a real tight spot here. Yeah, I'm going to leave that heart just in case we need to Yera rune it. Yes, I am considering Yera runing a single heart. That's the level of danger that we are in right now. Okay, Brown Nugget, we need to have a little talk here. If you're going to do that, make sure that I'm not near the bomb flies. And we pretty much have to go fight the mini-boss because it could be Gluttony, and that could be a huge HP save for us. Or Sloth. Sloth has a very high chance of giving us an Emperor card in the Cathedral, so... Not backed up by any real info other than me, like, in my experience with Sloth in the Cathedral. But if this is the fight against Loki, I mean, against Isaac, we are going to be, like, we're... Super Sloth. I said Sloth, I didn't want Super Sloth. Any chest, I'm not going to lie, I need you to step it up too. We need to see some hearts. Little chests. Thank God that that these flies can't be destroyed by enemy projectiles. So we just get the Magician card, which is not going to help us out. And we need to have the Algiz rune now for just Isaac. Half heart, that gets us down to a half heart interval. We get our bomb back, which is good. Because at least we can use bombs against Isaac, but man, this is one of the roughest runs that we've had in quite a while. If not like all year. Man, this is bad, y'all. This is real bad. The game is doing everything it can at this point to stop us. Half heart is very, very, very important for us. It allows us to get down to polar invincibility, but at this point we are going to have to we're either going to have to Yera the Algiz rune. Well, we can actually do both. We can Yera the Algiz rune and Yera the one singular red heart. I'm hoping to God if there's any chance for us to be okay on this run, we need to have the womb room here. Facing death right before Isaac is also really annoying. Because death not only slows us, but it also makes it to where we can't really get in close to lay some accurate brown nugget flies. Also, that scythe, like, stuck around longer than, like, anything. Got to get death out of here. We cannot allow him to be spawning ads. If we get an HP upgrade out of this, that at least gives us an HP upgrade and a heal. Or just drop like a bunch of red hearts. That's fine too. Judgment. 1. Emperor's actually probably just saved everything. bombs, so we can use these against Isaac or Blue Baby. We're going to probably use it against Isaac. Other hearts. Every heart we get is going to be ×2. Oh. Judgment. You're making me believe. Box is going to spawn another heart. Okay, so what we do here, I mean, technically we did get a heal, so I'm gonna drop the Algis rune in here. We're gonna run all the way back to get this Yara rune. To pick up the red heart in the process. And then what we do here is Yara everything inside of the Super Seeker room. And obviously Sigil Baphomet's huge here. Another heal out of that. Then now we can use the Algis rune, one Algis rune offensively, then we can use the Emperor card, go straight to Blue Baby, and hopefully be done with this nightmare. Setting up our posts here. I'm not going to use the Algis rune yet, because I want to get our sentries put out here. Brown Nugget. I'm going to save it to when he spawns ads. That's when we're going to need the Algis rune, and also doing the Crack the Sky attack. But now's when we use it. We go in with Cuban meat. Drop as many brown nuggets as possible. Make sure there's no ads on the screen. He's only just now past halfway. I want to prove that we can no-hit this in this situation. Okay, so we're gonna be okay because now we have the Emperor card, and that should be enough for us to get through it. So obviously, there's no way I'm gonna be taking the Algis rune over the Emperor card, but one more fight. All right, would the chest have helped us? No, 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 and no. There you go. That is a damageless run. I mean, telekinesis is good versus Blue Baby, but I'm gonna stick with Brown Nugget because honestly, Brown Nugget's earned it at this point. And also, we're still gonna be dealing more damage with Brown Nugget than anything. So I mean, you know, Frozen Baby, like he's gonna give us like a slow and like a freeze every now and then, which is great. But wow. Zero damage ups this run, and no, I don't count Chemical Peel as one because in my mind, a damage up to be considered a damage up has to change your damage on the sheet, on the stat sheet over there. So by that logic, Deadeye is also not a damage up, which I'm okay with saying. Didn't see what hit me over there. Sigil Baphomet giving us that damage shield that we all know and love. So we are going to get through it. There'll be no death today, but it was getting close, man. Like the game was about to make an ultimate hubris move on me. And that would have been very apt, I think. But we were able to escape the nightmare and get this run out of the way. So happy Saturday for those of you who enjoy Struggle Bus runs, because I do think that this was possibly one of the worst runs that we've seen in quite a while. I mean, definitely out of the crawl episodes, that one I think takes the cake. So we'll see. We'll see. But thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'm streaming live right now over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Sinvicta, and the subathon is rocking and rolling. Again, at the time of this recording, I haven't decided on what day, if I'm going to start on Friday or Saturday, but I will let everybody know if I haven't already on the community tab. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Make sure you click that like button if you made it all the way to the end here, especially those of you road warriors who go on a run like this with 75%. And thank you again, everyone, for all the support and all the birthday wishes. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Pop-Up Pro, Happy B-Day Nash, and Dershooty01. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.